theater for the new city in Manhattan. And yeah, I have them in a couple of shows coming up in libraries and a few galleries.
As
So.
far as taking care of the clinic, what's the process of, like, I'm sure my wife, if I would put something like that, she would want to know how to take care. Like, do you need a vacuum cleaner, dust, and all
No,
that?
these
How do you take care, like,
I
maintain this?
I have these sprayed. So basically, they're pretty water resistant, and they can be cleaned pretty much by just dusting them. I know that sounds funny, but just by putting like a duster on them, that's enough to
Mhm.
keep them clean. If you wanted to, you could even like take a wet rag or a little bit of Windex and just pat them down like that to keep dust
Okay.
off them. That, but they're pretty easy to keep clean because, as I said, I have them like with a nice spray finish that makes them look glossy, and it also protects them from the elements. So they are better off being hung indoors. So I will say that. But I mean, if they did go outside and get a little bit of rain on them, it wouldn't destroy them.
Wow, that's a pretty interesting concept. Oh, how did you
Yeah.
come up with that kind of
Well, you know,
story?
I had never seen any artwork. I mean, I've seen artwork that's three-dimensional, and I have a number of pieces that are glitzy. I call them the crazy boards. And what they are is that they're wooden boards with little wooden pieces and beads attached to them and glitter, and they light up. I have little lights in them. People love those. But I'd never seen anybody that really put clay like this onto canvas and then also made the canvases three-dimensional. So I just thought, oh, what would happen if I tried that? I just thought, this would be
Mhm.
kind of interesting. So I decided just to start sticking or gluing clay to canvas and just to see what that would look like. And I ended up really liking the result, and I want to see where this will go.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
I'm thinking that I have a little spy camera in my pan that I can put inside and turn, and I can get the 3D
Oh, that would be amazing.
picture from inside. Look, because this is we're talking about. You can view it from a different point, like from right, from left, from up and
Yes.
down. But
Yes.
you can also would be able to see that with this camera,
Oh, that would
how it feels from inside out.
that would be really
The
cool.
rest
They're
of the world
painted. They're
inside.
painted all the way around. So if you start cameraing, you
Right.
would still see the
Yeah,
painting.
yes,
So
I'm just saying I
yeah,
can turn the camera
that
and
would that would be
because
really
if
cool.
I do all the pictures together, right,
Hmm.
and I do 360 and the software puts it together, it's still gonna be a view from outside.
Hmm.
Look, even if I move the video camera around,
Hmm.
but from inside, that would be a view of the world
It would be a very
uh,
unique way to look at it.
from inside out.
Yeah, that would be really cool. That'd be a really unique thing to do. I like that. I hadn't thought of that before. It's a good idea. But
Really?
it shows, yeah, like the way that these can be viewed literally any way. So that's even like
You can view
taking it to
the
a next
world
level.
from inside of that world. So that's how you can see the space. I think that would be interesting for if a person wants to show the premises and the
Yes.
where they live and how the living room looks.
Hmm.
That through that piece of art, you kind of you are inside of the art rather than you looking at
Exactly,
on
exactly.
it.
It's like three-dimensional. It brings you right
Mhm.
inside. That would
So
be
maybe
really cool.
next time when you produce the next one, you would bear that in mind so that it has a space for the camera to go from
Absolutely.
inside, and we
Absolutely.
can kind of maybe later on cover the spot, but
That-
that would be kind of the way to look into that art from within.
Well, that would be fantastic. I'll definitely keep that in mind because I'm going to be making a lot more of these, and I can design ones that actually will have direct. Like I can even, I guess I could put one like in between a canvas like this, where there would be a space for the camera.
Okay.
So I can definitely do that because I'm going to be doing way more of these anyway
How
because
do
I
you
really
know
like
Alexei,
these.
the guy who introduced us?
Oh, I met Alexi actually at Art Expo. I exhibited at Art Expo with Art Blend Gallery. They're out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
This year or
And
last
yeah,
year?
this year,
Okay.
this April. And I was at the show because I write for Art Blend magazine, and I also do a lot of my own like freelance work with Blasting News. I interview a lot of artists and writers, so I always go to the trade shows to walk around. I like to see the art that's there as an artist myself, and then I also like to meet up with artists and offer interviews and just because I like to be able to help other artists and promote the arts. And he told me about you, and then
Okay.
when I found out about your career, I was like, oh, this is really cool because you do a lot of great stuff. You do stuff for
Thank you.
visual artists and models and fashion designers. It's incredible. So I love
Those
connecting with people
dresses
like
are
you.
also mine, and they glow in the dark.
Oh, they're beautiful. I was actually
Yeah.
saying how beautiful the dress looked to her. I love it. It's really gorgeous.
Okay. Megan, is there anything else you have a message for our Gurman audience?
Well, right now, I'm pretty much just going to be making more of these works. I have a lot of library shows coming up and solo shows coming up. I have one gallery, big gallery exhibition planned for 2018, but I will have more details on that in the future.
Okay.
But yeah.
How do you advertise for your shows? Do you
Usually the galleries do
The
it for
gallery.
me. Yeah.
So you don't promote?
I promote it on social media a little bit, but for the most part, it's primarily done by the galleries and by sometimes I show in libraries, which are great resources for artists, by the way. If you're an
Yes.
artist that's looking for a way in, definitely contact your local library because a lot of them will run shows of work for month-long periods, and they're wonderful organizations. So I would really suggest checking out like any local libraries by you, and even if like I, for example, live in Queens, but you can get gallery. I've gotten shows in Nassau County, I've gotten shows in Suffolk County, on Long Island, I've gotten shows in I have one running right now in New Jersey. So just reach out to local libraries because they're very, very open to artists.
Have you done any billboard advertisement?
Not yet. No, I would love to.
I think I told you off camera that this is a really great way to attract tourists
Mhm.
to buy paintings. Maybe one day we can try that.
Yeah.
It's like, I can imagine if we put a proper print of the image of that quality. I don't even know where to begin to take a picture of this, but that could be sold. That could be definitely a decoration piece. I'm pretty sure there are decorators who would look
This
for.
this one is actually called Dance at the Seashore Block Party because it reminds me of something that you would put in a beach house or something that's like
Okay.
bright and colorful and joyful. And so,
I would
and
definitely look at for my
Yeah.
Greenwood Lake house. I would look at something like that.
and then
What
this
about this one?
this one is called this one is Quaintly Dignified, and this one's a little bit darker, a little bit more of a I don't know. It's like an abstract, almost like Victorian colored feel. I guess I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, I mean this one would be nice, and I could see that in an office building or in a house slightly darker
When
use.
you do your writing,
Mhm.
when we spoke, I asked you how much cost the article, like, how much you get paid.
Mhm.
You mentioned like obscene amount, like a tiny amount of money.
Mhm.
In my experience with writing an article with you,
Mhm.
it took you like a phone conversation, me once, maybe twice, maybe
Mhm.
3 times. Then I write, and you write back to me, so it's back and forth, back
Mhm.
and forth. Then I'm gonna ask you how much you make in this. It's
Well, it depends on the publication. Like I'm paid by the publications that I write for. I'm not associated with blogs or anything like that. But generally, we're paid like a certain amount of money per article whenever because we write them
why
online.
certain amount
But-
is so tiny.
I don't know. That's their rules. It's not
That's
really
the-
fair.
that-
Yeah,
that's-
it's
that's how the
unfortunate.
industry is?
Yep, if you have to write onto it. Now, of course, if the article gets shared around, we also get a percentage of views. So, for example, we get paid a flat rate, and then we're paid per view for everybody that views the article. It's like an advertising tie-in. But when I write for magazines like Art Blend magazine, for example, like I do artist profiles for them that come out in their magazines that were previously they published a couple of times a year. Now they're changing the format to be publishing once a year. But they were about $40 an article for 200-word articles, which was really good.
Wow.
So that was good payment. But yeah, I mean, when you go into writing about more or writing for more established publications in the art world, the price is generally much higher per article. So it's just a matter of finding those places to write for, which can be a challenge.
Okay. So you have also 2 different fields, art writing and
Mhm.
painting.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
We're gonna put on subtitles your page, your website,
Okay.
and
Thank you.
hopefully I'm losing my voice. It's a little bit of
Oh, yeah.
midday.
And just to clarify, in the beginning of the interview, I meant to say that there is no left, right, up, or down. These can be viewed any angle. So now I finally said it right. I'm not used to being interviewed on
Okay.
TV. So.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cut.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you
so
so
let's
much.
put those a little bit away. Let me get and drink something. So we have to.
Yeah, I told you that.
I know, but
I got
Right here? Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Your dad has them right now, and Gabriella came back, so, yeah, just.
I should have these away now.
Yes.